guys, welcome back to the Piston Show. I'm Keshi Dillon, and today we have here with us the Royal Enfield Shotgun 650. Now this is a bike that Royal Enfield says was designed by customizers for customizers, and you can see that because this is a bike that actually has a lot of possibilities. It's also a really fun bike to ride with that 648cc engine. So if you're looking to start off your motorcycling journey, or you're trading up your license and you want something that is good looking, fun, can give you a bunch of options to customize and perhaps even go touring with, then the Shotgun 650 is worth a look. But before we get into everything that the bike has to offer, I have quite a bit to say about this bike, especially the way it sounds. I can't wait to let you hear how it sounds like. As usual, guys, we just have to acknowledge our sponsor for about 60 seconds. We'll be right back.
Whether you ride for fun or for work, untoward incidents are bound to happen. That is why it is very important to have an insurance partner that takes care of you and your beloved motorcycle. I choose Berjaya Sompo Insurance because it gives me and my motorcycle everything that I need, including maintenance tips and comprehensive insurance coverage. I get complimentary personal accident coverage worth 5,000 ringgit, and Berjaya Sompo Insurance also covers my motorcycle for the agreed value of the sum insured. But to top it all off, I get complimentary 24/7 towing services of up to 100 kilometers with comprehensive coverage, so I know my bike will never be left stranded. On top of that, my insurance covers all riders, so I know my friends and family are covered when they ride my bike as well. With Berjaya Sompo Motorcycle Insurance, and it's the Good Riders Initiative, which is a testament to the company's continuous commitment to promoting rider safety, I know I'm always taken care of.
So a lot of this bike is shared across multiple models, particularly across the 650cc range. So I'm talking about the likes of this Super Meteor 650, the Intercontinental 650 and such. But it has its own style and it has its own appeal and riding characteristics, such as the fact that it runs on 18-inch wheels up front and it has a steeper rake. However, you get the same 320mm discs which are grabbed by twin-piston bi-brake calipers. Now this braking system you'll see across the range, particularly with the Super Meteor, which the Shotgun seems to share a lot of its internals and specifications with. You get 43mm Showa inverted forks up front. I really like the way this feels, even though it's a little bit on the stiffer side of things, but it gives you really good control over the motorcycle. However, you do tend to feel the weight of the bike, which I'll get to shortly. Other than that, you get LED headlights, LED turn signals, you get part analog, part digital meter, you get the Royal Enfield's Trapper navigation system over here, which you access through your through a Bluetooth function on your phone. You have to download an app to access that. And then I really like this bar and mirrors, but I don't think these are standard. The thing about Royal Enfield Malaysia is that when they hand over a bike, they don't really run you through everything that the bike has to offer and such. So you got to sort of figure stuff out as you go along. I wish that was different, but it is what it is. Besides that, the bike is ready to be customized, because even in Royal Enfield's own accessory catalog, the opportunities are endless when it comes to customizing the Shotgun 650. The subframe, for example, is interchangeable. So this single seat over here that you're seeing can be upgraded to include a passenger seat, or even give you more space in case you want to go touring, so luggage racks and such, not an issue. So as I was saying, the opportunities with the Shotgun 650 are endless. Hey guys, what are some of the things that you consider when choosing a petrol brand? For me, I make sure that the petrol can keep my engine clean and also give me better mileage. I'm sure everybody thinks about this when choosing a particular brand. With BH Petrol's Infinity Round 95 Euro 4M, you get precisely that. It has special German additives that reduces the amount of deposits that build up in your engine over the long term, keeping it clean. It also has improved friction modifiers that reduces the amount of friction that your engine has to go through, ultimately giving you better mileage and making BH Petrol's Infinity Round 95 Euro 4M the right choice. Power for the Shotgun 650 is provided by the same engine that also powers the rest of the 650 range, the 648cc engine making about 47 horsepower and 52.3 Newton meters of torque. Now this is a pretty good powertrain. It feels very lively, and I like the character of the engine because it reminds me of old school bikes where you can rely on the masses of torque and such, and you don't really need to keep downshifting to access all the power. I like that character of the bike, and it just of the engine, and it just adds to the overall character of the motorcycle. It adds a very cruiser, very bobber-like feel to the bike, and no review on the piston show is complete without letting you hear how the bike sounds like. Sounds really good. It has a very deep, throaty, bass sounding thing to it. I'm not sure again if these are the standard exhaust. I think they are the standard exhaust because this bike over here features some customization options from Royal Enfield's accessory list. But there's one thing that I really think that should have been better with the Shotgun 650. I'm talking about the position of the gear shifter. Now, if you look at my worn out Converses, it just sits right almost parallel to the foot peg. I wish it was a little bit taller. I'm not sure if they can adjust this. I wish it was a little bit taller. So right now, downshifting is nice, but upshifting requires quite a lot of foot movement. So I wish that would have been better. Just a slight repositioning of the gear shifter would have made the way that you interact with the bike, particularly on upshifts, a little bit more pleasant. Not to say that it's a big problem, but just a slight adjustment would have been nice. Besides that though, this seat looks great, doesn't it? Feels great. Royal Enfield calls it a bucket seat. I can kind of understand why, because when you're sitting on it, it sort of just cups your butt really nicely. But it's really fat around the sides over here, which for my height is okay, but even for me, I'm just slightly tiptoeing because the insides of this is like rubbing up against your thigh. So it's on double stand right now. Look, I can flat foot, but I'm not really comfortable because the side of this seat sort of just rubs up against my thigh. So, but it's comfortable. It's a little bit on the harder side of stuff, but I just wish the cutting of the seat would have just been a little bit narrower and such, just to make it easier for you to flat foot when you're coming to a stop, especially at a traffic light and such. So besides the seat, oh, by the way, I need to mention that the seat sits 795 millimeters off the ground. But besides the seat, I just don't have much to complain about with regards to the Shotgun 650. Everything else feels very nice. You get Showa shocks at the back, adjustable for preload, and besides that, the bike weighs in at 240 kilograms with 90 kgs of fuel. Sorry, 90% fuel, not 90 kg, that's a lot of fuel. Anyway, 90% full tank, that's a 13.8 litre tank. So 240 kilograms is actually really heavy. This bike is pure heavy metal. Just a couple of days ago, we shot the new 2024 BMW S1000 XR. I know they're completely different machines, but the specifications of that bike is still fresh in my head, and that weighs in at 227 kg. So 240 kgs for this sounds and feels really heavy, guys. But besides all of that, you feel the weight, when cornering, you really have to muscle this bike in and out of corners. But because of the rake of the suspension and the way the suspension has been set up to be on the little stiffer side of stuff, and the 18-inch front wheel combined with the 17-inch rear, the bike feels quite spirited and it goes where you want it to go, even though you have to muscle it around a bit. And the sitting position of this bike sort of, let me just show you, sort of wants you to put the weight of the top part of your body across the handlebars and across the tank. So this actually gives it an almost very retro sports bike like feel, and this lets you engage with the bike quite nicely actually. So when you really want to take things a little bit fast, for example, you feel at one with the bike. Even though you have to muscle it a bit, you feel the weight of the bike. The weight feels very, very much at the top, sort of centered around here. So picking it up and throwing it down in and out of corners, once you get used to the weight, it comes together very nicely. The other thing about the sitting position of this Shotgun 650 is that the middle set foot pegs, which are really nice by the way. Again, I'm not sure if these are standard, but these rubber foot pegs are really nice. I like how broad they are, makes it very comfortable to put your feet on. Anyway, the middle set foot pegs of this motorcycle actually adds to the character of the bike. If you remember, the Royal Enfield Super Meteor has forward set foot pegs. This has more. I really like the position of these foot pegs. They're more centrally mounted and such. But the other thing about the position of these foot pegs is that if you're riding anywhere above 120 kilometers per hour, not like you should, but you could with the Shotgun 650. If you're riding anywhere above 120 kilometers per hour, the wind blast just sort of pushes your legs apart. So it takes some effort to actually, put your legs together and just sort of slice through the air. Now, the other thing about the Shotgun 650 is the vibration levels that you feel through the handlebars and through the foot pegs. You feel it particularly past 110 kilometers per hour, and it can kind of get tiring because you have that buzzing feel in the palms of your hands as well as through the foot. So after some time, all that buzzing and vibrations and stuff just kind of feels really tiring. But that is something that I guess is part of the character of the Shotgun 650. I don't quite like it, but I do appreciate it as well because it kind of adds a very classic feel to the Shotgun 650. Besides that though, everything comes together very nicely. I like the quality of the bike, the controls, the positioning of all the controls, the digital analog dash, everything on here feels very nicely built, and like Royal Enfield likes to say, it feels like it's built like a gun. It feels like it's built to last. So that's it then guys, the new Royal Enfield Shotgun 650 now in Malaysia, with prices starting from 34,900. They depend on the color options that you choose, but with prices starting at 34,900 for this 650, it makes this a really viable choice, especially if you're the type that likes a retro touch to your motorcycle. The possibilities of customization are practically endless when it comes to the Shotgun 650. In fact, this, as Royal Enfield says, was built to be customized. Whether that customization parts comes from Royal Enfield's official parts catalog or from another parts catalog from a aftermarket supplier, again, the possibilities are endless. This is a really nice bobber slash cruiser slash something else. In fact, Royal Enfield says that the Shotgun 650 transverses or goes beyond categorization. In fact, when Royal Enfield first showed this bike, they said that it does not sit in any particular segment. And I kind of believe them because, again, customization options on this bike is endless. Anyway guys, if you like what you see here today, do consider subscribing. We're bringing you more motorcycling content, and yeah, thank you for watching. Do consider subscribing. I'm Kashi Dillon, and this is the Royal Enfield Shotgun 650.